for me? Give it to the lead bandit. You're not the lead bandit. It's frustrating, we're stupid. We met some guy with guns, just assuming he's the bandit. It said right on the clue, bring it to the station to one of the bandits. We're so stupid. We definitely shouldn't reproduce.
Oh my God, Jeff was wearing a sock on his head.
Any good adventure I have, Sam has to like downplay.
Jeff, I had a hat like that.
That looked like a T-shirt on his head.
And Tori as well.
Our very own Jeff and his wife Jordan gave it their all on season 16 of The Amazing Race, but unfortunately they were eliminated. Our next guest started seeing the world when he was just 2 years old, and now he is arguably the most traveled host on the planet. Please welcome host of The Amazing Race, Phil Keoghan.
Yeah, Phil, so good to talk to you, my friend. I'd much rather talk to you than some of my co-hosts. But the travel.
How has your day been? Is it getting heated at the desk there? What's going on? I see you're a little red in the face.
Hey, Phil, it has its roller coasters, just like life and travel and adventures, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, you said on Amazing Race what you shouldn't reproduce, and I'm just wondering, should you be co-hosting with those around you there? Is that advisable?
Yeah, Phil!
Well, I'm not sure about that, but I do have 2 kids, so at the desk as well.
Well, there's no turning back now. You understand that, right? It's done.
I hear you. I'm all in, Phil. Let's make this about you now because so many stories together. How many passports, I was wondering, Phil, have you gone through? Because I'm on passport number 2 for my adventures, and I thought that was cool. What number are you on?
Well, I have 2 passports at any given time just because, one is generally going out to get visas, and then the other one I'm needing to travel. I have a shoebox full because, as you rightly pointed out in the introduction, I started traveling very, very young. But you know what's sad is now passports, we don't get stamps anymore. What's up with that?
Oh, that's a bummer. I didn't even know that.
Stamps are everything.
Yeah, you need
It's your
that.
old adventures with the visas and
Right.
stamps. Yeah, I love that.
I wonder if Gen Zers are like, what's a stamp? I'm sure they know. The Amazing Race is heading into its 35th season. The show has evolved a lot since the beginning. And I wanted to ask you, Phil, what changes are happening this specific season?
Well, for the first time ever, we're going with 13 teams. We've never done that before. And that's great, because it just gives one more team a chance to be able to race around the world. It's a huge privilege to just be chosen. I always tell everybody at the starting line, you've won. Basically, just being here, you've already won. Because only one team is going to win the $1 million, but the rest of you will get a $1 million experience.
Yes.
And the longer you stay in it, the better it will be for you. The other thing that's really new is we've never done a whole season of 90-minute episodes. We've done 60-minute episodes for a long time, and occasionally we have a premiere, a finale that's 90 minutes. But having 90 minutes with the 13 teams, it just means we can show more character development. We can show more of where we are. We can give more context. We can let shots breathe a little bit more than we normally would. As you know, working in television, time is not your friend. You're trying to compress everything into a very small amount of time. And so by just letting things open up a wee bit on Amazing Race, we're hoping that viewers will feel like they're seeing more of the world and maybe enjoy the experience a little bit more. Who's to say? I mean, we don't know. We're trying it for the first time.
Nice.
I can't wait. The 90 minutes is going to be a smash hit. Watch. Anyway, it is. I would love to see more of the country. That's awesome. Now,
the world.
obviously the countries are cool, but I'm sure you spent a ton of time in airports. And I heard that you had a funny incident in one of my favorite airports, the Chicago airport. So tell us what happened there.
Oh, well, I've had a few funny incidents. I'm not sure which one you're talking about particular, but the one that springs to mind in Chicago was I was sitting at my gate and working away, making use of time. I got on the airport Wi-Fi and being productive. And next thing I hear the flight at my gate being announced to go, and I look up and it's not where I'm going. And I realize I'm actually at the wrong gate and that I'm in another terminal.
And
I got to get up and go. So every time I run through the airport, if I ever move quickly, I get a lot of, people making comments about how I'm going to get eliminated by, I guess, some other person who's going to eliminate me. And so I'm running through the airport, and this woman yells out to me. I'm like in a major hurry, and she yells out to me and says, "Can we get a photo?" Oh. And I'm like, oh man, the timing, it's a terrible timing. So I'm like, I got to oblige, we have great fans on Amazing Race, so I want to oblige. So I run up to her and I put my arm around her. And I got my arm around her, and she looks at me, like gives me this really indignant look. And then the husband steps in, and I'm like, whoa, what's going on here? I realize she has no idea who I am. She just wanted me to take a photo of her family.
That's good.
That's great. Oh my gosh, I needed that laugh today. Phil, it was so great having you on the show. DBL Nation season 35 of The Amazing Race premieres tonight on CBS. Thanks for joining us on DBL, Phil.
Congrats, Phil.
Yeah,
This is awesome.
We'll be right back.
Good to see you all. Behave yourselves. Be nice to each other. Be kind.
You're right. He's right. He's right.